All right, so there's lucky and then there's extremely lucky. And in this trip to the Goodwill Outlet, I am on the extreme side. What's going on, everybody? It is Brendan. The channel is Dad Planet. I am the one-man show. I am proof that you can make real money reselling, even doing this part-time as a solo operator with no employees, even if you have kids. So you and I are headed up to the Goodwill Outlets. We are going to shop the outlets until we drop the outlets. And we're not just looking for your average bread and butter items that we can buy cheap to resell, but we are looking for that occasional home run, that big banger bolo, and I've got one in this video. You're not gonna believe what I found. Stay tuned. Let's start in the hard goods. I have a tendency to kind of neglect this area, so let's jump in here. I have I like these figures. They're like little Mr. Potato Head accessories parts. These actually, I think, attach to your pumpkins. They're not like from the actual toy itself, but there's a Halloween related one in here. And then there was a princess one related too. Surprisingly enough, the comparables, although there aren't that many, there are some. And even after the Halloween holiday. So I'm gonna grab these little guys. There's 2 full figures there, and I think I can get 10 for the princess, and I think I can also get 10 for like the Halloween witch related one. There were maybe 1 or 2 pieces in there that do go on the actual potato toy, but I like that as a pickup. Still pretty light even though it's hard plastic, so I'm definitely gonna grab them. What can I say? Next thing here, Scooby-Doo is a bolo, especially their play sets. So please keep your eye out for it. You can see it says Hanna-Barbera, and they use this really unique like lime green color. It's kind of how you can tell you've got something that is Scooby-Doo related. You can see it on the windows there and the doors. This Mystery Mansion isn't complete. I only learned that after the fact when I was doing my comp research. It's missing a top part, but please keep your eye out for it. It's definitely a bolo, anywhere between $10 up to I think $40 without parts and accessories. But if you've got accessories and you can find them together, you can push it to $75, $85, even over $100 depending on how many pieces and parts you can find with it. So I went back and I'm looking for, I know that there's a staircase that comes with this Mystery Mansion, and I think it's from 2013. It's like that time frame, that era, but I didn't see it. And I really didn't see any of the other pieces and components, so I just kind of have moved on to see if there's anything else I can find that's got any value here. But definitely keep your eye out for Scooby-Doo. It's a bolo. The Scooby-Doo Lego is a bolo. So these pieces here look like they may have gone with it, but moving on at this point. This is the second time that I've found this Paw Patrol, my size, lookout tower. Now, I know this looks huge, and right now you could probably sell this for $80 without cars. I'm gonna look for some of the cars that go towards the bottom there too, and you also have to pay attention. Sometimes this door doesn't latch properly. It does on the one that I found here, so that's awesome. And the electronic components work, so I'm gonna throw that in my cart. But you can see the periscope at the top here, that yellow periscope piece, that thing pops off easy, and you can get, and there's a comp I'll put on the screen that just sold for I think $29. I think it was free shipping, but $25 to $30 just for that piece here. And then those bottom parts, those little ramps or the things that the cars sit in towards the bottom, those are also removable, and you can get $10 for each one of those, and I think there are 6. So even if you didn't want to ship that thing because it is big and bulky, you've still got $90 in parts and accessories that will sell. Sure, it'll take a little bit longer for you to sell off each part, but if you're shopping at the outlet and you wanted to piece it out together, because that thing in and of itself with all of its components is about 9 pounds, so it's a little bit heavy, but you could take $80 to $90 worth of parts off of that and get it to within a pound or two, so you'd be really making out. You just have to wait a little bit longer before everything sells. So check everything else out here. There's a lot of things that I probably could have picked up. Some of those plugs, those AC adapters. There was a plastic plate set that you just saw come out that kind of looked cool. I didn't bother looking it up. I'll pass up on some things. I don't know it all, and I'm really looking for maybe a little bit more big ticket items, although those can be few and far between. And sometimes it's easier just to grab the smaller pieces and add them up. Everything adds up at the Goodwill Outlet when you're paying by the pound. So the little items do end up adding up. That's why I like the potato head figures, right? Cost me $1 or $2, probably get $20 for them. I love that. So I'm gonna look at the shoes really quickly here. This is the picked over stuff from the night before. So not much, but I did definitely get lucky here. I grabbed a pair of Vibram 5 Fingers. If you guys are not picking these up and your shoe sellers, please start doing so. The style on this is the Trek Ascent, and they're a size 37, although it was kind of hard to see. The soles are excellent, and these will definitely sell. They're great sellers year round. They'll sell slower in the winter months naturally, but I'm gonna list those for $40 in that gray sort of like purple lilac color combination. Great find here. I'm definitely also gonna grab these. I think these are Cloud Steppers, but they're either Cloud Steppers, Brinkley Keeleys. I couldn't identify like the exact style for these. They are a women's size 7. They were pink, easy $20 for me. Again, very light with spring and summer coming up. I have a pair in my inventory right now, maybe a couple of pairs that I know are going to sell. There's a lime green color that I have listed in my inventory right now, but those pink ones are great, and I will definitely take them, especially since we haven't had the new shoe rotation come out yet. So I don't know if there's anything else I see in here that looks great. Sometimes these shoes, when you're looking through my iPhone, they look like they're in better condition than they really are. So you might see some things here that I pass up here, like this Samba. This was like the grass mowing shoe. They were really, really like stained green, the white portions of them. So looked like maybe a little bit of highlighter on the exterior. But yeah, I had to leave those behind because I didn't want to mess with having to try to clean that grass stain off. So a pair of Tevas that was kind of beat up. I think those were Minnetonkas. I've got a pair of those, so I'm gonna leave those behind as well. This is a Uniqlo t-shirt. This is actually kind of cool. It's a collaboration with Splatoon from Nintendo. White t-shirt, but extremely clean, very well kept. And I see enough of these selling. They sold for maybe around in between $20 and $30 pretty regularly. As clean as it is, this is one of the cooler Uniqlo collaborations that I think still has some value. There's only 17 of these pieces, not these exact t-shirts, currently listed on eBay. I'm gonna list that for $30. I'll have the comps on the screen for you. Some of them are from maybe a year or two ago is when the collaboration launched. And I'm passing up on these thermals, these Fruit of the Loom. Even if they were vintage, I've seen some selling like brand new in the package, vintage for around $10. So I didn't really think there was any value there, especially as we start to push February and March. I'm going to move away from looking at stuff like that. So I'm going to leave those behind. But the Splatoon shirt, very, very cool. Super light. $30 on that one. It's not the only $30 t-shirt you will see in this video. That Nike kicking butt shirt could have been a bolo. Unfortunately, the graphic on the front, the white screen print part was like really cracking. So what could have been isn't going to be, if you will, because I didn't like the condition of it. So we're just going to keep digging here. I like getting to the bottom of each bin because I always seem to find something that was missed, left behind, even in the picked over areas. So we're just going all the way down until we can see the bottom of this bin, and then we will move on. I really wish all of my viewers had the opportunity to go to a place like the Outlet. It's such an interesting treasure hunt. It's definitely a grind. This Mad Happy hat is not a bolo. There's a lot of them listed in great price ranges, but no solds in the last 90 days, so I'm gonna pass that up. But the main reason I love going to the bins is finding pieces like this. So if you are not familiar with this brand, please familiarize yourself with it. It is Aviator Nation. It's a brand started by a woman out in California. It's got a very 1970s kind of California retro style to it. This is the Aviator Nation signature hoodie, so I got extremely lucky here in that this was like one of her signature pieces, and I have a size small. You can see the embroidery all over it, the rainbow interior with the hoodie. Now, I think I have not only the Premier zip hoodie in my hand, but I have the Premier size. On Poshmark, this just sold, I didn't say just sold, but in May, for $325. Now, I don't see comparables selling that high on eBay for the same garment, but I also don't see very many, if any size smalls at all. So what am I going to do here? I usually sell on eBay, but I might cross list this on Poshmark and eBay for $325. I'm definitely pricing it at $325. And I think that's going to be my second most expensive item, if you will, that I have sourced at the Goodwill bins. I still have the Champion Reverse Weave that was DuPont listed for $500 in my inventory, so having that listed at $325. Now, the DuPont hasn't sold, and who knows when that thing is going to sell, but what an amazing find. I'm very, very blessed. All right, I'm going to move on to the hats here. Do not sleep on Outdoor Research. These bucket hats are amazing. This is not a Gore-Tex one, but it is like SPF or UPF 50 plus, and it's got a little bit of a mark on the side that can be wiped off really easily. But that is an easy in between $20 and $30. I'll probably list it at $25. I've sold them before. And I'm also going to grab this Titleist hat. I sell like 10 to 20 Titleist hats each year. The style on this is Nantucket. It's not corduroy, but it's kind of like a wool polyester blend with that leather strap back. Really nice hat. It'll clean up very easily. Navy blue style. Felt really good. Very clean. And I'll end up listing that for $20. I sell them between, again, 10 and 20 each time. So let's check the rest of this here. There's a lot of new with tags, sort of generic hats here. I've passed up on all of those. I really wanted to bring home this Laguna Beach, I think it's Laguna Beach Hollister canvas bag in this teal color. It was really nice, but I went back 2 years using Terapeak within my eBay Seller Hub, and I couldn't find a single sale for anything even remotely close to that, like Hollister canvas style bag. So I left it behind. I wanted to bring it home, but that's sort of the discipline that I think you should definitely have if you're a new seller. Leave those things behind if you don't have actual sales data to back it up, and that's what I did in that case. So I'm going to take this My Chemical Romance, this sort of stonewashed, long sleeve, Long Live the Black Parade t-shirt. Again, I will probably price this at $30. It came out, I think it's 2019 is when that shirt was released. I don't know if you could only get that at one of their shows or not, but I'm pretty confident that that will sell for $30. So I'll have that, and I think I might be the only one listed that's got that long sleeve in that stonewash style. So that was another good pickup, and that was kind of just sitting there. I don't know if somebody had that in their cart and decided to put it back or what, because that was just kind of sitting up on the top there here. This Newport News sort of like fringy skirt, whatever, that could have been something at maybe $20 to $25, but I'm not confident enough in my ability to source women's clothing, women's styles. I'm trying very slowly to get better at that, but I'm going to leave that behind because I don't have enough data at my disposal to take a chance on that, whereas some of the other things I source, I've got a much better shot at getting them sold because I've either done it previously or I've sold a similar style in the past. So we're gonna leave that behind, keep moving on here. Not sure what else turns up in this bin. That looks like a blue pink Victoria's Secret something or other. We'll leave that behind. It had a bunch of paint stains on it, and I don't think it was a bolo even without the paint stains, so we'll leave that behind. As a Ringer t-shirt, but I think that was a youth size. Nothing doing there. And then new bins came out. I grabbed a couple of things just before we finish up here. This is a Lululemon. It is a metal vent t-shirt, men's gray, size XL, still has the tag attached to it in really nice condition here. There's the tag. I think you can see the XL size right there. Again, excellent condition, good find there. And then a brand I've never heard of before, Task. This is their performance recess, like performance shorts. They're lined on the inside. I'll show you the logo right here. These are $70 if you want to get them on their website. They're kind of a black camo, and they do have a good number of these currently listed on their website for that $70 price tag. I'll probably price these at $20. They look like they're good sellers in the spring and summer, and so them being so light, I'll definitely pick that up. A new to me brand, something new to learn there. And then an essential polo Ralph Lauren. The size is a 2XB. I love that size. The shirt is like heather blue with a navy pony, or like a heather blue and heather blue pony combination. One was just a little bit darker than the other. Probably price that at $25. I really, as a bread and butter, love the Ralph Lauren big and tall sizes. The 2XBs, the 3XBs, the 4XLTs, the 3XLTs, those sizes. but luck was on my side today with that Aviator Nation hoodie. What a fun find. And what do you think? Think I'll get $325 for it? All right, we got some packages to drop off at the post office, but let's total everything up here. So in total, I spent $26.11 that trip, and I think that was 12 items featured in that video. So that comes to about an average of $2 per item, and you've got to take into consideration also the Paw Patrol tower was about 9 pounds, so that ate up the majority of it. And my total listed value for everything you saw in this video today came to $705, with of course the crown jewel being the Aviator Nation zip hoodie. So that was a really exciting trip to the Goodwill bins. I am done sourcing for the day. It is your turn now. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the one-man show. Hit that like button if you liked what you saw or you learned something today, and then always consider becoming a member of the Dad Planet family by subscribing and hitting the bell notification icon so that you know every single time I upload a video to YouTube. That is it. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next video.